Hi guys, so since I'm back up at my flat this afternoon and not at my parents', I figured I'd take advantage of actually having decent lighting and a decent setup to be able to tell you all about my new nipple piercings. That's right, I finally got it done and it was simultaneously terrifying and exhilarating. It was like just really intense. So they've been pierced for just under 48 hours, so obviously I can't tell you about how they're really coming along with healing and stuff. I will be making a video in the coming months just like I do with pretty much every other one of my piercings, so if you're interested in how they heal up, I'll be making that video for you guys. But today I just wanted to tell you about the actual experience of getting them pierced and everything to do with that. So I've been wanting to get my nipples pierced for a really long time, about maybe 2 or 3 years, and the last time I kind of went in with the aims of getting them pierced, I completely chickened out and got my navel pierced instead. But now it's really cool because I've got like a trifecta of piercings, like boop boop boop. It's pretty awesome. So I've been putting off and saying that eventually I'd do it, and then about last month my friend Maisie, who is another model of mine, you've met her, she's been in a couple of my videos already, she came in and it just so happened we were going to be doing a shoot together, and she came in and she was like, "Look at my new nipple piercings," and I was like, oh my god, they look amazing. I like being a model, I get to see boobs all the time, it's pretty awesome. But I was like, oh my god, that looks like legitimately amazing. And she was like to me, I went to such and such piercer that I'll get into in a minute, you need to go to her because she's amazing. So we kind of sort of arranged for us and a guy we know to go, and I'd get mine done, he'd get his done, and she was going to get her either her navel done or a tattoo. We weren't sure, and then it just so happened that the week that we had got it arranged, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, everyone was ill, so we couldn't do it. And then finally myself and Maisie just arranged to go down on Saturday there and just finally do it and then hang out afterwards. So we went to a place in Hamilton, which is sort of in the middle of nowhere in Scotland. It's kind of not a big place, but the woman that pierced us, Jo, she is insane. It was at Cherry Pie Tattoo and Piercings. I'll leave everything to do with that down below because I just had the best time. Jo is absolutely amazing. She's qualified in pretty much everything. She's one of only 2 people in, I believe, Scotland and possibly even the whole of the UK who is qualified to actually perform scarification officially. And one of her specialties is inverted nipples. Now, this might be a little TMI, but I had like really inverted nipples, and that's kind of why I'd wanted to get them pierced, because I didn't feel self-conscious about them, because despite the inversion, I always thought, and everyone who saw them didn't really complain either, but I always thought they looked fine. But just recently with modelling and seeing a lot of the other girls without clothes on and stuff, and them being like, ooh, I was just like, you know, I do feel a little self-conscious, and it kind of came on fairly recently, but I'd kind of wanted to get it done before then. So when Maisie offered to come with me to get mine done, I like jumped at the chance. I was like, I need to do this. Everything was amazing and completely sterile, and Jo went above and beyond with showing us that everything's sterile, and it was like the most professional and over the top, showing all the thing that I'd ever been to. It was actually amazing. She's blown every other piercing place I've been to out of the water in terms of professionalism and all that sort of stuff. She really kind of put me at ease. As far as pain, it really hurts. I guess I'll kind of go through as it happened. I went to get my nipples done and Maisie went to get a double navel piercing, and so she was like to me, you should go first because yours is scarier. So I did, and Jo was marking everything out and trying to suss out how things would work, and she was like, this one's fine, but this one is much more inverted and actually wasn't fully coming out. I'm sorry, it's a bit TMI, but you know, it's important. She was even like to me, if we can't get this fixed with the clamps. If we can't put the clamps on it and I'll do it, you might need to get it checked and we can't do it, and I was kind of a bit bummed. But we managed to do it as soon as she put the clamps on, pretty much. She managed to like tease it all out and make it good. And yeah, so because this one was the easier one, we did this one first. And I'd say pain rating, before this one, this was the most painful piercing I'd ever had. It was really intense and it took maybe a second or two more than other piercings I was used to. It definitely felt like it took longer than my navel and my septum, because obviously there's more tissue that the needle is going through. So it was pretty bad, but it wasn't so bad that it would have scared me off getting the other one done. I feel like if they hadn't been able to get my left one done that day, and if I would have had to have come back to do it, I would have probably put it off for ages because this was still pretty sore. So she went to do the second one, and I can safely say that the second one hurt more than my rib tattoo. Like, if you could take all the pain over like the time that it took my rib tattoo to get done and like condense it into 5 seconds, still not as painful as this. This one took like an extra 2 seconds for the needle to go through, and I like really felt it. I had Maisie holding my hand and I nearly kicked her in the face, so she was like holding my legs. I was just like fuck, and like my legs were going everywhere. That was like the first time that's happened being pierced. It was really bad. But I don't want to scare you guys, I just want to kind of make it realistic. This one hurt so bad because it was so inverted, and apparently because the gland and everything involved was so tight, it would hurt more. So if you don't have inverted nipples, it's gonna hurt less, and if your nipples are not exceedingly inverted like mine were, if they're just maybe a little bit and you can still get them out and stuff, then it's not going to be as sore. I just have pretty bad inversion. She was actually like, this is really bad inversion, but it's fixed now and it's completely fine. So obviously I can't and won't show you what the piercings look like. If you really want to see what a nipple piercing would look like, just like look online. I got horizontal barbells, and she anodized them blue for me there and then. So 2 blue anodized barbells. They're pretty much the same colour as my hair. That's kind of why I chose blue, so it would match my hair and my septum ring that I actually just realised I don't have in. Whatever, you've seen it like a million and one times in pretty much every other video. So it's been just about 40 hours, and after a couple of hours I kind of stopped noticing that they were there. For the first couple of hours there was like an endorphin rush and kind of like an alienness, like that I had metal shoved into my boobs, and that's kind of gone away. Like if I do this, like I can't, like I'm just like groping myself, like if I just lightly do this I can't feel them. There's a definite increase in sensation there, and again a bit TMI, but I've always been like really, I can't have people touch my nips because they're like really sensitive, and this has made them worse and they've made Maisie's worse as well, so that's something that's gonna happen with them. But yeah, I've managed not to get them caught on anything or have anyone elbow me yet, so that's good. And I'm actually really happy with how they look. They've completely fixed the inversion. It looks really amazing. I actually like really prefer it. It just looks really cool, and I feel like 20% more alternative just having them and knowing that I have them. I noticed pretty much immediately just the knowledge that I had them pierced made me feel really rebellious and really alternative and like just amazing. I felt like really confident after getting it done, and I've continued to feel really confident since then, so let's hope that. So if you're thinking of getting something similar done, or scarification or tattoos, I would definitely recommend Cherry Pie Tattoo and Piercings, and I would recommend Jo to the Moon and Back. She was amazing. I've heard from Maisie that their tattoo artist is also really good, so if you're in Scotland and you want that done, all the details will be down below. Like, I definitely recommend them. I don't know if I'll go to anywhere else now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Bye bye.